Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're unlocking the secrets of one of the most famous and maybe one of the most misunderstood buildings on the entire planet. A fortress of ice that literally holds the key to our future.
All right, let's get right into it. When you hear Svalbard Global Seed Vault, chances are you picture something just like this, right? Some remote, impenetrable bunker built for when the world ends.
And yeah, you're not wrong about the location. It's built on a Norwegian island called Spitsbergen, which is about as far north as you can possibly get on a commercial flight. It's this place of incredible remoteness, and it was chosen specifically for its stability, geologically and, politically.
And this is the name everyone knows it by, the Doomsday Vault. The whole idea sounds like a movie plot. It's humanity's last resort, a way to reboot all of agriculture after some kind of global catastrophe, the final backup plan.
But what if I told you that's not the whole story? Not even close. Its real purpose is way more immediate and honestly, a lot more interesting. The story of this vault, it doesn't start with a bang. It actually begins with a very real crisis from our past and a quiet, almost unbelievable act of heroism.
So, to really get what this vault is all about, we have to go back, way back to the 1920s. We need to meet this visionary Russian botanist named Nikolai Vavilov. This guy saw a crisis coming that pretty much nobody else did.
Vavilov noticed that as big industrial agriculture started to spread, thousands of unique local kinds of crops were just vanishing. He called it genetic erosion. Think of all that plant diversity as a giant toolbox. It gives us what we need to breed new crops that can survive new diseases or a changing climate. Vavilov saw that our toolbox was shrinking, fast, and he made it his life's mission to save what was left.
This number, this is at the very heart of the vault's moral foundation. 872 days, that's how long the siege of Leningrad lasted during World War II. An unimaginable period of starvation. And where was Vavilov's priceless seed collection? Right in the middle of it.
And this is where the story just becomes incredible. Vavilov's colleagues locked themselves inside their institute to protect the collection. They were literally surrounded by tons of food, rice, wheat, potatoes, but at least 9 of them chose to starve to death rather than eat the seeds. They believed that collection didn't belong to them. It belonged to the future. It belonged to us.
That legacy, that incredible sacrifice, is the direct inspiration for the Svalbard Vault. The whole idea was to build the ultimate modern fortress, somewhere totally secure, and they found the perfect spot, carved into the side of a frozen mountain in the stable, politically neutral Svalbard archipelago. The engineering behind this thing is just remarkable. It's built 130 meters above sea level, high enough to survive even the worst-case sea level rise scenarios. And it's tunneled about 150 meters straight into the rock, far away from any threats on the surface. It is truly a fortress designed to withstand almost anything.
But here is the really clever part of the design. The mountain itself is naturally frozen through and through. The permafrost keeps it at a steady -4 degrees Celsius. But that's not quite cold enough for super long-term storage. So they use powerful refrigeration units to bring the temperature all the way down to -18. That basically puts the seeds into suspended animation. And the genius is, if the power ever failed, the natural chill of the mountain means it would take centuries for the vaults to warm up to freezing. It's a backup for the backup.
Okay, and this is a really crucial point. The vault doesn't actually own a single one of the seeds inside it. It operates on what they call a black box model. Basically, any country or institution that deposits seeds there keeps full ownership. The vault is just acting as the world's most secure safety deposit box.
So for years, the vault was this powerful symbol, a kind of theoretical insurance policy. But then, a very real, very modern crisis in Syria was about to prove its practical, life-saving value.
And this is where the theory became a reality. As the Syrian civil war got worse, an incredibly important gene bank near Aleppo, called Icarta, was threatened. This place held a priceless collection from the Fertile Crescent, so they rushed to get duplicates of their seeds to Svalbard for safekeeping. Then, in 2015, they had to make the first ever withdrawal from the vault to rebuild their operations in safer countries.
This was the moment. This was the true validation of the entire project. They took the seeds from Svalbard, grew them out, multiplied them, and then sent fresh duplicates right back to the Arctic. It proved the vault isn't some dusty tomb for seeds. It's a living, circulating library. It's an active bank that we can use to navigate disasters happening right now. But just as the vault proved its worth against a human conflict, it was about to face its own unexpected threat, one that came from the very global instability it was built to protect us from.
In 2017, something that was never supposed to happen, happened. The Arctic had record-breaking high temperatures. So high that it rained, heavily, instead of snowing. Meltwater actually breached the entrance tunnel. Now, the seeds deep inside were never in any danger, but it was a massive, shocking wake-up call for everyone.
The incident exposed a pretty critical vulnerability. The whole design was based on the assumption that the permafrost would be, well, permanent. But a rapidly warming climate challenged that fundamental idea. The ultimate failsafe suddenly needed its own failsafe.
The Norwegian government responded with a massive upgrade. They built a whole new, completely watertight concrete access tunnel. They installed cooling pipes into the ground around the entrance to keep it frozen solid. They dug huge drainage ditches to channel away any meltwater. They were basically hardening the fortress against a new climate reality.
And what's really cool is that as the vault adapts, its mission is also expanding. It's not just about calories and crop science anymore. In 2020, the Cherokee Nation became the first North American indigenous group to deposit seeds, including their sacred white eagle corn. The vault is now a guardian of cultural identity, too.
So as of late 2025, that's how many unique seed samples are protected deep inside that mountain. More than 1.3 million. And every single one of those little packets is a story. It's a potential solution. It's a piece of our shared agricultural history from nearly every country on Earth. It's a living library of our past.
So in the end, the Svalbard Seed Vault isn't really about surviving doomsday. It's about making sure we have all the genetic tools, all that amazing diversity built up over millennia to build a resilient and food-secure future whatever challenges come our way. It's not an insurance policy for the end of the world, it's an insurance policy for its continuation.